You left the Philippines carrying a suitcase and a promise. Years of heat distance and work have built a future measured not by what you earned but what you endured. Now, the question is simple. After all the sacrifice, where will your story finally rest? At Trava inside Greenfield City, Santa Rosa, Laguna, every lot was designed for return. Here, 550 to 750 square meters of land wait for families who turned effort into stability. It is not a house you buy. It is a foundation you build for the ones who waited. Trava stands on flood ground protected by planning and guided by discipline. Underground utilities, tree-lined roads, and architectural harmony creates an estate that respects silence as much as success. This is what your years abroad have earned, the right to rest in confidence, not compromise. Each investment here is titled, tangible, and secured. Every guideline preserves value, and every meter protects peace. The same patience that kept you strong overseas is the patience that grows legacy here at home. Imagine coming back not to noise but to calm. Your children are learning independence inside a community, built on integrity. Your name carried not only on contacts but on continuity. You gave your best years to provide for tomorrow. Now let tomorrow thank you property. Trava is your proof that sacrifice becomes inheritance. Come home through GoRealty.ph Premier, authorized partners of Greenfield City, and see how your work abroad becomes the foundation your family deserves. Because peace of mind is the greatest remittance of all. Visit the estate and walk the boulevards. Feel calm air and light. Picture mornings with laughter instead of alarms, presence instead of distance. Start the life you promised and come home and make the promise real at Trava. Every overseas Filipino carries a vision to turn your years of work into a foundation that lasts. The returning vision is not only about coming home, but about building something permanent. Proof that the sacrifice had purpose. At Trava Greenfield in Santa Rosa, Laguna, that vision finds its address. Each estate lot, 550 to 750 square meters, offers room for dreams to become structures. Flood-free elevation endures safety, discipline in design preserves value. Here you build on ground that was meant to stand the test of decades. Overseas, you work for others. Here, you build your own. The hours you spent under foreign skies now become mornings under your own sun. And this time, the schedule follows your heartbeat, not a time card. Trava was crafted for precision, underground utilities, wide roads, and architecture that listens to light and wind. It is an environment that turns effort into ease and savings into security. Building here is not about display, but about direction. Each plan you draw adds to community that values clarity over competition. Every corner was designed to remind you that patience creates permanence. This is your returning vision made visible. A home that echoes discipline and reward in equal measure. When you step into Trava, you step into the future already aligned with your sacrifice. Let this be the place where your years abroad find their meaning. Because legacy is not earned twice, it is earned once and built forever. JYS Property Investment and GoRealty.ph Premier invite you to come home and begin building the life you work for. Stability is not a coincidence. It is a design. At Trava inside Greenfield City in Santa Rosa, Laguna, every meter of land was drawn for permanence, not prediction. Greenfield City and its neighboring enclaves follow one quiet rule: balance creates endurance. Each estate lot from 550 to 750 square meters hold more than soil, it holds certainty. Flood-free elevation ensures consistency across seasons. Underground systems hide disruptions, so life above stay calm. Tree-lined streets and moderate heat and movement with grace. Even the air seems organized because order here is breathable. For overseas families returning home, stability is not just about structure. It is about schedules that no longer depend on shifts abroad. It is about mornings that start on your terms, afternoons that end without alarms, and nights that belong to peace. Trava's architecture was designed to age well because permanence must be visible. Roofs are proportioned for light, not glare. Roads aligned to flow, not noise. And every line of design answers a human need before it becomes aesthetic. In JYS Property Investment, we call this functional serenity, the kind of stability that builds confidence without requiring display. Investors call it retention, families call it home. Both are correct. When you build in Trava, you buy into an ecosystem that protects value through precision. Here, appreciation is slow, deliberate, and lasting exactly the way real wealth should grow. Welcome to Trava, an estate where structure safeguards stability and patience reward itself in time. Because a stable life is the most beautiful architecture of all. Success is not measured by what you reach, it is defined by what continues after you. Every true structure of success begins with foundation and foresight. At Trava in Greenfield City, Santa Rosa, Laguna, every road, every corner, and every guideline was drawn to protect achievement through order. Here, stability is strategy. Flood-free elevation safeguards investment. Underground systems prevent disruption. Three-line boulevards create rhythm between privacy and community. Each estate lot, 550 to 750 square meters, gives owners both independence and harmony. For returning Filipinos and local entrepreneurs alike, Trava turns hard work into heritage. It transforms income into impact and effort into evidence of vision. Because true success does not rush. It repeats itself through discipline. At Trava, design follows logic. Proportion keeps promise, guidelines guard value. This is engineering translated into peace. You can measure it in quiet mornings, in balanced street, in certainty that what was planned will remain. The structure of success is not built on trend, it is built on trust and time. Every detail inside Trava reminds owners that consistency is the greatest form of confidence. When you build with purpose, maintenance becomes minimal and appreciation becomes natural. This is why each family who chooses Trava builds more than a home. They build a standard their children can inherit without adjustment. They secure a place where discipline outlives design and clarity outlasts competition. Go Realty PH Premier and JYS Property Investment invite you to see how success looks when structure is its strongest feature. Trava, the address where stability becomes style and legacy becomes lasting fact. Legacy begins with foundation and foundation begins with discipline. At Trava, inside Greenfield City, Santa Rosa, Laguna, every road, tree, and boundary line was drawn to outlive a generation of plans. Families who built here choose certainty over chance and clarity over trend. That is how legacy stays steady. Nothing is accidental because nothing lasting ever is for overseas Filipinos returning home. Foundation means more than cement and steel. It means a place that does not shake when markets move. It means titles that carry your name and rules that protect your work. Trava turns the discipline of building into the comfort of belonging. Legacy also means preparation. Each underground utility, each drain line, and each setback was placed so future generations inherit order instead of repair. When children walk these streets, years from now, they will see that someone planned with care, and that someone was you. At JYS Property Investment, we believe legacy is not a word for retirement, it is a direction for today. Peace is not an accident. It is the product of discipline practiced quietly every day. At Trava, peace begins with design that respects distance, light, and rhythm. Boulevards are wide enough for movement, yet calm enough for reflection. Trees mark time instead of traffic, and air feels arranged to slow the pace of thought. Peace comes from knowing that what surrounds you will not change without reason. Architectural harmony and clear guidelines ensure that beauty remains, balance and value remain strong. When everything around you follows order, calm stops being fragile. It becomes a living condition for families returning from years abroad. Peace means predictability. Utilities work without question. Drainage flows without complaint. Streets stay clean without reminders. Every unseen system below ground supports the silence above. This is the quiet power of planning. Discipline in Trava is not control, it is consideration. Each homeowner follows standards that protect everyone's comfort. No competition facades, no intrusive walls, and no careless noise. Freedom here means freedom from chaos. Peace also grows through community, built on respect rather than reaction. Neighbors share the same purpose to preserve quiet for generations. The shared understanding is the truest definition of stability. In JYS Property Investment, we call this the discipline of peace. It is a form of success that does not shout it, simply endures. Come home to Trava, where design guards serenity and order protects value. Because in a world that rewards speed, real peace remains the rarest luxury of all. Calm living is not a moment you find. It is a condition you build. At Trava, inside Greenfield City, Santa Rosa, Laguna, calm is engineered into every meter of space. Roads curve to slow traffic and trees follow the sun to filter heat before it reaches the windows. Silence here is not emptiness. It is precision at work. Continuity means the quiet you hear today will still exist tomorrow. Design guidelines guard proportion, elevation guards flat, and discipline guards beauty. It is a circle of care that keeps calm from breaking, because without continuity, comfort turns temporary. For overseas Filipinos and modern professionals returning home, calm living is the new measure of success. You no longer chase noise, you curate silence, and the best decisions are made where attention is undivided and the environment does not compete with your focus. In JYS Property Investment, the goal to extend that continuity into daily life. Power lines disappeared underground. Drainage flows without notice, and the architecture aligns with wind and light. What you see is ease, and what you experience is discipline. Continuity also means planning for change without losing character. As families grow, homes adapt without breaking their calm. Guidelines allow freedom with respect and innovation with order. That is how peace stays modern. In Trava, continuity is not maintenance. It is mastery. A living design that survives fashion and follows principle. Because calm is not a trend, it is a legacy. Come home to Trava, where continuity keeps clarity alive and living remains a peaceful art. Confidence is not noise. It is knowing what stands behind the silence. In Trava, that certainty comes from structure that has already proven its strength. Every estate lot inside Greenfield City, Santa Rosa Laguna, rests on elevation that never floods and planning that never rushes. You inherit confidence when the environment protects your decision. It is the comfort of seeing order around you and knowing it will stay. Underground utilities, disciplined architecture, and generous setbacks form a network of trust that lasts long after the first build. So for professionals and families who work abroad, security is more than a gate of guard. It is a clarity in ownership and value that does not erode. That is what you passed forward, not just land, but assurance. In JYS Property Investment, the idea of inheritance has changed. It is no longer a transfer of things, it is the continuation of discipline. Children see how you choose wisely, how you build with patience, and how they learn that lasting value is earned by structure, not speed. Confidence is also emotional. It is the quiet that lets you breathe without checking what comes next. It is the freedom to trust the progress and peace can exist in one place. Trava was designed for this inheritance, for people who understand that the best legacy is stability. Here, every square meter is proof that careful planning creates lasting confidence. So when you walk these roads tomorrow, you are not just visiting your property. You are witnessing the future you secure today. Welcome to Trava, where confidence is built, not borrowed. Every journey becomes decisive when directions turns into action. So for families who work abroad or build careers in restless cities, Trava is where the decision becomes real. Come home to structure, clarity, and peace that keep values steady. Inside Greenfield City in Santa Rosa, Laguna. What you own today will still look like tomorrow. So if you are returning from the Middle East or from any distant post, this is the address that lets sacrifice turn into stability. Your savings gain a foundation and your plans gains time. And your family gains calm. Choose the lot that matches your season and build with patience. Our process is transparent, titles are clean, and guidance is constant from first visit to move in. Walk the boulevard, feel the air, watch the light, and notice how confidence settles as soon as order appears. This is where legacy begins with certainty instead of risk. Call JYS Property Investment, a part of Go Realty PH Premier, to schedule your own estate viewing and consultation. See how a disciplined community protects value, how generous space protects perspective, and how calm protects what you work so hard to achieve. Choose Trava today and give your success the address it deserves. Come home to Trava, build with purpose, live with clarity, and let tomorrow thank you for deciding now. While the best lots are still available and the city is rising around you with quiet confidence and long horizon lines. This is your moment to secure land, secure calm, and secure the future your work already earned. And that's it for today. Again, this is Joyce of JYS Property Investment. So for more details and clarification, you can contact me at 63965-0759571 through iMessage, Viber, and WhatsApp, or you can simply scan this QR code. See you!